Thank you for tuning in to
Talkline Network Radio, America's longest-running Jewish broadcast network, the voice of the Jewish community.
Stay tuned. And now,
you're listening to Talkline with Zev Brenner, America's premier Jewish broadcast on the air since 1981.
And now your host.
Welcome back to the program here on WOR Talkline Network on 7:10 a.m. With us once again is Gabe, Director of Public Relations, Manager of Wine Education for Kedem Royal Wines. Gabe, good to have you back again. How you doing?
I'm good, Zev. How you doing?
Thank God. I can't believe it's almost Passover. It's almost Pesach. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. We're getting there. I'll be happy once we get there.
Before you know it, time is flying this year, and I'm sure this is your busy season. I would assume that you sell more wine during Passover than you do any other time during the year, including Hanukkah and Rosh Hashanah.
That's true. I mean, Rosh Hashanah is pretty crazy too, but it's not that crazy.
Now I'm curious, even people who may not drink... But even people don't really drink kosher wines throughout the year. I think for Passover they do.
Yeah, it's true. It's really the special time of the year for that. And I have to say that, last year everybody was in shock. It was just at the beginning of COVID, the pandemic, etc. And there was everyone was stunned, and the market was, paralyzed on many different levels. And thankfully, even though it's not over yet, things have changed a lot. They're changing, and we certainly see the light at the end of the tunnel, I think. And you can see that in the market. What's happening now is absolutely crazy.
No question about that. But you know something? Holiday time's a time to lift one's spirits, where you can feel better, and certainly good quality wine and variety of them, I think, also adds to the holiday, and also helps people feel better about themselves, especially this time because of COVID. But as like you said, there's light at the end of the tunnel, so there's much more room for optimism this Passover than it was last year.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I can tell you that people seem to be gearing up for lifting up their spirits quite a bit.
Yes, they need it. We all need it. So tell us, we started the other program. We spoke about some of the wines that can drink for Passover, but you have lots of great choices, and you only gave us a little taste, a little sampling of what you recommend for the holidays. So walk us through, for people who want something really special, something different, something that's going to be uplifting. What do you recommend? What new ones do you recommend for our audience?
Okay, so this time of the year, just before Pesach and with the spring coming up, is also a very exciting time for the wine market, because that's when the new rosé wines come to the market from the 2020 harvest, fresh rosé wines from all over the world, and they started coming in from France, from Israel, from Italy, from Spain, and I've been catching up this week and tasted quite a few of them. Some really stood out. I have to give a great bravo to Psagot Winery for two reasons. First of all, the Psagot Rosé 2020 I really enjoyed a lot. It's one of the best they've made in quite a few years, and it's a double achievement also because first of all they have a new winemaker. He's a veteran of the industry, but he just joined Psagot as the head winemaker. That's Sam Soroka. He's Canadian. He has worked with many other wineries before, among them Carmel Winery. And he's a very well-known winemaker in Israel. He did a great job with the 2020 rosé. And I said it's a double achievement because the 2020 harvest in Israel was a difficult one. It started pretty well, but then they had just really at the beginning of harvest, a really crazy heat wave, one of the worst and the longest heat waves they've had in Israel in many years, and that says a lot. I mean, Zev, I know that you have been to Israel many times, and I'm sure that many of our listenership has been to Israel and knows that it's not a cold climate country. So to say that that it was a crazy heat wave is quite a big statement.
It certainly is. But one of the things that I like that you picked Sagot and you picked Israeli wines is especially for the Seder nights. A lot of people like to drink wine, especially from Israel. It enhances the Seder. And I'm glad you chose rosé and you chose Israeli wines. And they're quality wines. People don't realize that some of the best wines in the world are from Israel, right, Gabe?
That's true. The Sagot rosé really ticks all the boxes. It's Israeli. It counts as red because it's a rosé wine. It's a shade of red, if you like, and it's not mevushal. So for all the people who really are, makbid, they really don't want to use a mevushal wine for the cups, and they want to use an Israeli wine. This has it all. You get the full package.
Absolutely, and it's sparkling and so it gives you some color for the holidays. So I want to thank you for giving us some minutes. I look forward to getting some more thoughts from you, what people can do for the holiday. Kedem has so many great choices. Gabe Geller, Director of Public Relations, Manager of Wine Education, Kedem, Royal Wines. Thank you for joining us.
My great pleasure, Zev. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Talkline radio and TV with Zev Brenner is just phenomenal. Everybody concerned about the Jewish community should listen and watch. He has the best guests. He asks the most interesting questions. He's always so well prepared. It's talk radio and television from a Jewish point of view at its very best.
To advertise on the Talkline network,